All right, welcome to Life Saga TV. It's a while before I came here. Yesterday I was a bit busy. I didn't make it to do a video just like the other day. So I'm glad I'm here. And today, of course, just an hour ago, you must have got to the news. And if you got it, then this is what was happening. Sifuna addressing the nation on ODM and promising Kenyans that he will not be part of what will put a crack in ODM. Of course, I found it very funny because it's not us who are actually creating a crack in ODM. Instead, they are the ones who are creating that crack, okay? And when they insinuate divisions, then some bloggers pick it up or some journalists pick it up and make news out of it, okay? So let me just get to the news that happened an hour ago. And let's get to analyze what Sifuna was telling us. Welcome to Live Saga TV once more. And I'm so great. I'm so great to get to this podium. Let me just show this. Will be admittedly difficult, but we do not have the luxury of time. All right, guys, remember in Cameroon, even after Paul Biya lost in election, he was able to grab the leadership because Cameroon is still in a sort of colonialism, neo-colonialism, if I may say. So it's unfortunate for Cameroon that the people spoke, but nobody heard it. Okay, let me switch this. Just want to get to the right channel. Yeah, so that I'll be watching what we are doing right here. So welcome once more. I encourage you to keep watching my videos both on Edutainment for Us and Life Saga TV. And I'm so appreciative with those who have been watching. I know the quality of our camera will be improving very soon. We are planning to actually get a Cobra or something of that sort. And so pray for us, encourage us, and keep watching our videos. All right. Something to do with the mothers. Yeah, so welcome. Here we are trying to follow closely what Sifuna is telling us. He's breaking silence after so many news have come up, things to do with Oburu, things to do with Ruth Odinga, things to do with Junet, Wanga. And I'm looking at that presentation. I can't see Wanga, I can't see Babu, and I'm like, are you saying the truth or are you just trying to cover our eyes? I don't just understand. Many people actually dropping comments saying start all over again with Oburu first. Now the voice is there, but we don't see the genesis of what you're saying, okay? So citizens don't seem to understand why Sifuna is addressing the nation as he's doing, okay? So let's just watch partly, and I want you to be very genuine. Drop your comment in the comment section, and I'm so glad you're watching. Like the video also, and keep enhancing us to keep broadcasting, because our major support that we ask from you is to watch our video and also to drop the likes and comments, and that is worth it, okay? So let's watch this. When giants fall. Raila's true inheritance is not a name or a position, but a mission. That mission is to continue the struggle for a Kenya that works for all its children, regardless of tribe, class, or creed. We commit here in unison that, as we did during the funeral, that we will not be responsible for any breakup in the party or any unnecessary political turbulence that runs counter to Jacom's dream. Okay. Up to there, Sifuna has promised that he's not going to break the party. But I don't know, as they sit down as ODM and talk, do they really agree? Because tomorrow you'll find people talking to different journalists and they'll be giving very different news. I'm just looking at the facial expressions also, looking at Ruth Odinga, who seems to want to see what Sifuna is reading. And I'm like, are you doubting what he's reading? Or are you so sure about what he's reading? I'm looking at the face of Junet, and Junet is like this. You know, that posture is more of Okay, let him say whatever he'll say, but at the end of the day, I have my stand. So his position is more different from what I expect. I'm looking at Oburu Odinga. Oburu Odinga is just looking ahead like this. So I don't know, where is Gladys Wanga in this meeting? Where is Babu Owino in this meeting? I can't understand. And of course, the people who are watching are not understanding why Edwin Sifuna is actually speaking as he is. Does it mean there were factions that he doesn't want just to say? Anyway, let's continue to watch as we critique.
To avoid the tendency for sensationalism and the incessant hunt for negative news within the party. ODM's biggest problem now will not be which faction is winning against which one, or whether indeed there exist factions within the party. Today, the Central Committee of the party has met and laid a firm foundation of unity upon which we can build on moving forward. Please help us sustain this momentum by not perpetually hyping on perceived divisions. Instead, take time to also see us as a fabric built from diverse material, originating from everywhere across the country, which predictably means that we may not always speak the same language, but we certainly know how to avoid the pitfalls of division.
Sifuna, you're so funny. You're saying that you know how to actually perpetually handle the diversity in a positive way. But the reason why people have been speaking, journalists and all that, they have been seeing you, Sifuna, and maybe Otieno and Babu speaking very differently from the rest. So how do you make the journalists, or even me as a YouTuber or other bloggers, to speak about you positively, or rather to say that you are diverse voices speaking in one voice when you are not? So it's not about telling us what to say, but doing what you want us to say. If you do what you want us to say, you will be there and will be like, ODM is now one. But if we continue seeing Babu speaking differently from Junet, from Wanga, from Ruth, from whoever it is, automatically it is our role as media, whether you are a YouTuber, blogger, or a channel, to speak the correct thing, the accurate information. So we don't normally focus on just giving news, but we focus on giving accuracy from what we can see, from what everybody can see. So Sifuna automatically is trying to communicate that he has seen the factions there. He does not want to say they are there, but they have been there automatically, even at the funeral. While he was speaking a different message from Baba, others were speaking something quite different. So let's proceed and listen to what he said.
Also appeal to the party's county officials throughout the 47 counties and all branch officials. Baba's dream is alive in all of you. Take up the leadership and grow the movement in your areas without fear or favor. Campaign time will come and we shall be ready to hit the ground to popularize the party everywhere in Kenya. We grew into the biggest party in this land because citizens believed in our credibility, integrity and aspirations. As a mass movement for all downtrodden Kenyans, there is no room for sentiment on this. You must move forward with your head held high. Whatever support you need from this committee, the National Office and the National Secretariat to help you achieve your mandate, we promise to do our best to deliver it. Finally, we wish to appeal to the national government that the constitutional provision for the funding of political parties is a yawning gap that has seen ODM owed billions in political party remittances. We believe that the best way for the national government to honor the late Raila Odinga is to release the money owed to the party so that our programs can run and the legacy of our leader can remain secure. Indeed, as the foremost Democrat in this country, Raila had fought tirelessly for political party funding as a safeguard against state interference, and it is only fair that his memory be sanctified by the expediting of pending issues for which he sought solutions. The party remains strong and steadfast in all its obligations and will rise stronger from this adversity. This being the first meeting of the committee since the passing of
I hope you've heard it. Sifuna is saying that they are calling upon the president to offer them the funding that was necessary to run the project in ODM. What does this mean? It means what people have just been saying, that now ODM has nowhere to cry to. No one to cry to, and they have to stand on their own. And no wonder possibly the party has met so that they can discuss and find a way to address the president. And I'm surprised they are doing that in a press release. Why couldn't they go maybe meet the president and tell him about what they need? Like if it's about funding, they need a meeting, an official meeting with him, so that they don't come here on the press to say it. Do they mean they have no platform to reach him? So that they are now parading? I just don't know. But I'm just doing political analysis here.
Our leader, the top organ, has resolved as follows. Number one, that we extend the deepest gratitude to the people and the government of Kenya for the support, outpouring of love, and solidarity extended to our leader and his family following his passing. That we endorse Honorable Dr. Oburu Oginga as a new acting party leader and urge the party rank and file to accord him all the necessary support and cooperation to enable him guide the party through this difficult time. That in honor of his legacy, as a unifier who brought together people of all shades of views and from diverse social, economic, geographical backgrounds, ODM shall continue on the path of embracing diversity and continue the struggle for equity, justice, and peace here at home and beyond our borders. That in line with the wishes and demands of millions of Kenyans whose lives he touched, the party will hold memorial services in many different parts of the country to enable those many admirers interact with and with his sudden departure.
Sifuna is sweating. Sifuna is sweating, okay? Now, Sifuna comes out with the message that many have been asking for. The fact that ODM does not want to stand for diversity anymore. We heard what Wanga said. We heard what Ruth Odinga said during the funeral. He said that ODM was started by the few of them. All right, including herself, Oburu maybe, and Raila Odinga, amongst few others. So what was it? What was she trying to say? She was pointing a finger at those others who joined ODM later, from my understanding. Okay, now they have come here. One thing, they are appreciating the government for the state funeral for Raila Odinga. The second thing, they are trying to assure Kenyans that the rejection of Oburu is not there, because some bloggers had come up with that information. And they are also trying to say that they are going to hold memorial services across the country to recall, or rather to appreciate, the presence of Raila Odinga for that long time that allowed diversity. Let me see other more, but I don't know why he's sweating. And I don't know why Ruth Odinga is craning her neck so much during this moment of reading. Others are standing with like soldiers. Junet is just emotionally detached from the presentation. Please, if I'm lying, please check on what is happening right there, and let's see.
Venues or the memorials are planned for the following areas. We will start with Kilifi County, will be in Magarini on 2nd and 3rd of next month. Then we will do Homa Bay and Migori on the 5th and 6th respectively. That given the love Right Honorable Raila had for ODM, we believe he has joined the nearest branch of ODM in heaven. We shall honor him here on earth by strengthening existing branches and opening new ones to allow as many of his supporters as possible to stay closely with him via the party. That as part of the strengthening and spreading the reach of the party, the ODM at 20 celebrations will proceed on the 14th, 15th and 16th of November in Mombasa County, accompanied by activities aimed at cementing the unity and solidarity within the party. All committees that had been tasked with preparations for the events are asked to immediately resume those preparations, and the chairperson of the planning committee, the Honorable Junet, is here. Once again, ODM extends its condolences to the family of the Honorable Raila Odinga, his friends in Kenya and around the world, and to the people of Kenya. Raila himself deserves.
There is something, somebody said that they are overburdening the spirit of Raila Odinga, actually even in death. They had overburdened him when he was alive, but they are still hanging onto it and holding it. Now you realize that there are memorial services in the country, but only in Magarini, Kilifi, and in Homa Bay, Migori. 2nd, 3rd, and the other one, is it 6th, 7th? I'm not so sure. Then on 20th and 21st, there are some other events, okay? And they are telling us that Raila Odinga went to heaven, but in heaven he found another branch of ODM. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Do we have parties in heaven? Hey, Echuku. Yeah. Anyway, we have to proceed as we analyze through this, but I'm just seeing a feeble effort right here.
While seeking to lay a strong foundation for the next election and beyond. So that ODM as a national party and the most consequential one in the last 20 years does not fade from the scene. The immediate post-Raila period will be admittedly difficult, but we do not have the luxury of time as there are both the 20th anniversary celebrations and the November 27th by-elections to think about. Additionally, elected leaders and party officials bear a crucial responsibility to reach out to party members across the country to comfort and assure them that the journey of the late Raila Odinga is still on and we will remain relentless until Canaan is yonder. How to build this movement on the foundation of values of democracy, equity, inclusion, and
Democracy, equity, and what? Justice and unity. And I hope these values will hold, because actually we've been seeing a faction that maybe possibly Sifuna will not talk about today. He doesn't want to, of course, but this faction must end. If ODM wants to exist, that faction must end, or else it will be quite a challenge for the party, right? Yeah, so it will be quite a challenge. And I think they should let the soul of late Raila rest in peace, and not actually bring about the fact that there is ODM in heaven. I don't think there is any party in heaven. And based on what this leader did, he will just end up in to rest in paradise, but nothing like ODM again in heaven. Anyway, let's hear. They are saying that by 20th and 27th, they have major celebrations, or rather presentations. Let's check on this.
and truth. ODM is not just a political party, it is a covenant that we, the living, must now renew. Let us resist the temptation to scatter in despair or to fight over his political inheritance, as leaders often do when giants fall. Raila's true inheritance is not a name or a position, but a mission. That mission is to continue the struggle for a Kenya that works for all its children, regardless of tribe, class, or creed. We commit here in unison that, as we did during the funeral, that we will not be responsible for any breakup in the party or any unnecessary political turbulence that runs counter to Jacom's dream. I beseech the media. Then we will do Homa Bay and Migori on the 5th and 6th respectively. Economic geographical backgrounds, ODM shall continue on the path of embracing diversity and continue the struggle for equity, justice, and peace here at home and beyond our borders. That in line with the wishes and demands of millions of Kenyans whose lives he touched, the party will hold memorial.
So now when you look at this, I don't know anybody who remembers what Moi once said, that some Africans are like breaded chicken. And when they are released from the poultry house, they just don't know where to go. They stick around not knowing whether to go out or stay inside because they are afraid of the unknown. So what is this unknown that ODM is facing? What is this unknown that ODM is facing? And it's actually focused on so much on Raila, who is no longer there, and they have a mission to accomplish. From what we've heard, Sifuna says that this party was formed to fight for peace, justice, democracy, and what else? But then, when they come here, they are not actually showing the effrontery, that determination to fight for the cause they started. I just want you to listen to the way they will be responding to questions right here.
Stay closely with him via the party. That as part of the strengthening and spreading the reach of the party, the ODM at 20 celebrations will proceed on the 14th, 15th, and 16th of November in Mombasa County, accompanied by activities aimed at cementing the unity and solidarity within the party. All committees that had been tasked with preparations for the events are asked to immediately resume those preparations, and the chairperson of the planning committee, the Honorable
Junet.
everywhere across the country, which predictably means who he loved and fought for. We reiterate the commitment of the party to the broad-based government until 2027, a relationship guided by the 10-point agenda entered into for the sake of peace and stability of the country. Rest in peace, Baba. Rest in peace, our party leader. Rest in peace, the people's president and comrade, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Sometimes it's quite difficult to balance between your individual demands and the demands of others. The other day, I was just watching a video, which I may say it's more of an archive. We call them archive, right? Yeah. And I want to go down to it so that we can see how hard it is. Okay. How hard it is to maintain between who you are and what the rest around you are. And I want to go to that video. Let me just check. I'm just checking on something here. Sifuna said some time ago, so you'll be hearing something even about Raila Odinga. So relax, know that it's an archive file that has been played around for some time. Okay. Yeah, I think it's this. So I want you to just listen to this speech that Sifuna gives here and compare that to what he has just said today. I may show the pictures partly and sometimes just have the audio in the background.
It's about housing. We want to know those houses where people are being tortured, where are they? Who is running those houses? Those are the houses you need to tell us about. Don't tell us about roads and highways and when people are in mourning, families are spending Christmas without their loved ones. Work on the software. Yeah. When you hear the speeches in Bungoma, you know, people want to run Kenya with the Kano software. This phone here, Mwami, is an iPhone 13. If you install software from Kano in 1982, there is no way you are running this. Software and hardware have to work hand in hand. We're not saying we don't want roads, but you have to work on the software. We want a country that respects the values of the Constitution. Okay. If there is no transparency, if there is no democracy in this country, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. So to end, places that responsibility in the party leader. Listen to what Raila Odinga is saying. Raila Odinga has left specific and clear instructions to all of us, including some of the people who are speaking there, that first of all, ODM must retain its identity as a political party. Number two, that we have not given up the quest to acquire power. Otherwise, you fold up your party and go. Political parties exist for the sole purpose of winning power through democratic means. Every single time since ODM was formed, we are celebrating 20 years this year since this party was formed. Every single election, ODM has run a candidate for president, and it's not going to be different. So these colleagues of mine, some of them in parliament, some of them outside parliament, have, you know, freedom of speech, like I said. Let everybody air their views, and sometimes they want to placate the president. I remember in one of those meetings, I think it was Taita Taveta, Junet himself said, it is his mouth, it is his politics. It's fine. It's good he said that. The position of the party on coalitions is given by the party leader, and he will bring whatever proposals for 2022. I remember, Manzo, when we were having those discussions on forming NASA, those discussions were happening between the party leaders. You understand? And after an agreement was reached, I remember sitting with your Secretary General in a line like this. We were like 26 SGs when we were signing the NASA coalition agreement in KICC. I have not signed any agreement, and I can speak authoritatively. There is no agreement between ODM and UDA about 2027. And I'm telling you, Trevor, I've said on this show, and I will repeat it. If you are unpopular, it doesn't matter how many leaders you bring around you. We will lose the election with Ruto even if we supported him as ODM. I am very clear in my mind, because the people are clear in their minds on what a government is supposed to do. And for as long as you're not addressing those things, it doesn't matter. We lost an election with 26 parties. I remember I've said it here on this show, Manzo. Even the logistics of just sitting the principals here was a problem. We had, in one county, you have 3 principals. One county, like Meru, you remember we had Kraitu Murungi, we had Zoe Munya, all of them are principals. But we still came up short. That tells you that if you don't deliver on your promises, if institutions such as the Catholic Church are calling you out for a culture of lies, you have unkept promises, you are kidnapping young people, I am telling you, it doesn't matter who supports you. Okay. You will still lose the election. All right. So for me, these leaders that are speaking, let them exercise their freedom of speech. Because at the end of the day, ODM is a democratic party. Okay. People are allowed to express themselves. So you're not taking Ojenda's invite when he says you joined him? No. Ojenda knows.
All right, guys. So that was some time ago when Sifuna was addressing the nation, and that is what he had to say on a media. And now he comes here and tells us that we should not imagine that there are factions inside ODM. Yet, people like Junet Wanga have been speaking different mbade and such, you know. Gift roll open the box channel 9472. A gift roll open the box channel 9472. Hello, thank you for coming here. I can see this is the first time you've been here. Welcome to the channel and subscribe, please. Also like the video. I had 2 likes, somebody took away 1, now we have 1 like. Please continue liking the video. It's part of the algorithm process. Please consider doing that. Camila Willis, 7553. You are saying good morning. I hope maybe you are possibly in a country where it's morning. Here we are almost approaching evening, but good morning to you. And for Kenya, we are almost coming to night, so it's evening over here. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video also. Press that like button. All right. So, of course, it is true that if ODM does not present candidates for 2027, it will be a raw deal. But what if, based on how some leaders have been saying, they must be the government or remain in the government, and their mindset is that they want to be part of UDA, because I don't think they'll go to the they won't go vying for positions as broad-based government. That will not happen. Okay? So every party needs a candidate, and therefore it means something has to happen before 2027. Maybe a separation or something like that. You know? So the fact that they are telling us that they are working together, and Sifuna here comes and says they are working together only up to 2027. I don't know when ODM will have time to begin fighting for positions, because they will be quite weak. They will be quite a weak party. If they continue working together with the government and speaking for the government, automatically citizens will blame them for whatever government is failing, and maybe praise them for whatever the government succeeds. So they will not stand out as a party on their own. I don't know what wisdom Oburu will use, plus the many SGs alongside other leaders, but I'm just waiting upon to see what they'll do. But my thought is, Ruto already said that he will not allow ODM to have some members trying to push for a candidate as early as this. And what does that mean? It means that Ruto has a plan to kill ODM. Okay? ODM as a party, if they are not very serious, even as Sifuna is standing here and pouring a lot of English, there is a problem. There is a great problem. And if you agree with me, please drop a comment in the comment section and share your thought. Share your thought for this. Thank you so much. I can see 2 likes again, and I really appreciate, and also encourage you to keep watching. So a lot of people are asking, where is Babu? In the current meeting, that is. Where is Babu?
Thank you very much.
I don't know why the clarity of I don't know why there was no clarity of the video at this point, and then now Gladys Wanga emerged alongside others, and then I didn't see Babu Owino. So I was just wondering, maybe to what level of members were meeting right here, because I do not have an idea about that.
Provision for the funding of political parties is a yawning gap that has seen ODM owed billions in political party remittances. We believe that the best way for the national government to honor the late Raila Odinga is to release the money owed to the party so that our programs can run and the legacy of our leader can remain secure. Indeed, as the foremost Democrat in this country, Raila had fought tirelessly for political party funding as a safeguard against state interference, and it is only fair that his memory be sanctified by the expediting of pending issues for which he sought solutions. The party remains strong and steadfast in all its obligations and will rise stronger from this adversity.
I don't know whether the party will really rise stronger than currently. Maybe if we go down to history and check on details surrounding all this. And I'm looking at the previous presentations from different people, whether it's Wanga, whether it's Junet, whether it is Oburu Odinga, Ruth Odinga, and anybody else, you know. How sure are we about what's going on here? Okay, I just want us to get to some video here. Let's listen to Sifuna over here.
Ogenda knows my position on this issue. First of all, as a member of parliament, I have said, when you are elected into parliament, you are a member of government as a member of an arm of government. And we are the people who cede our own power to the executive. Okay. When Ogenda goes to prostrate himself before the head of state at the State House, so that he can get Mamboleo Moroni Road done, and yet he knows the people of Moroni pay taxes. You don't need to do that. Okay. You don't need to be friends. All right. Manzo operate as a political party, and even opportunistic, you know, because don't throw yourselves at people. Allow people to come to you. It is a bit desperate for you to be saying, "Oh, we're going to look for Gachagua." No. This is what I am saying, Omwami. Even within Wiper, because I've worked with you. Yes. Even within Wiper, I know your constitution does not give you Maanzo the power to say some of the things you're saying. It is a discussion that happens at a higher level. Allow these principles, because you and me can fight here, but we will be brought together by our bosses. That's so I don't understand why you can declare that ODM and Wiper are done. We are not done. Last, you know, we need to learn from the mistakes we made in the past. One of the things that I have learned in the past, I'm beginning my 8th year as SG in February of this party. One of the things we've learned in the past is that we have a responsibility to advise our leaders. And the beauty with party leader Raila Odinga is that he always falls back to his troops to advise him. And he listens to the advice. The advice that we failed to give in 2018-2022 was that you were associating with a government that was extremely unpopular, and that we were going to end up carrying the burden of incumbency when indeed it was not our government. This is the exact same situation that we find ourselves in. But the responsibility on the people who believe in ODM, who believe in the values of this party, is to not make the same mistake we made last time by keeping quiet and saying, oh, let us just keep quiet, this thing will work out. It did not work out. We are not going to make the same mistake. We have a responsibility to say, and I've said it here, it doesn't matter if you are not performing as an incumbent, if you are doing the things that this government is doing, it doesn't matter who supports you, you will still come up short. And I've given you the example of what we did last election. We had a coalition of 26 political parties, including a sitting president.
Buy 2 of these side tables and get 2 phone holders for free. You
Oh
can
my
use it for
God.
reading and join your favorite show.
Including a sitting president, we still came up short, Trevor, because we did not address the issues of the people. And the incumbency, the presidency, all those things that were happening, including the body showing up in River Yala, the state of the economy, the demolitions, all of those things, we ended up carrying that burden. And I'm telling you, for as long as I'm SG of ODM, I am sworn to give proper advice to my party leader. I cannot go to Bungoma and be told by the people who supported Ruto that they no longer see him as somebody they can support. Then I come and report the opposite. I am not helping my party leader.
Should your party insist that this is the direction we're taking, what happens?
We will cross that bridge when we get there. I can tell you for a fact, Trevor, at the end of the day, my responsibility is to put things on record so that history can record that I won, that this is something that would still hurt us.
All right, so if you check on the past information and current information, 1 plus 1 is not giving me 2. It's rather giving me 11 or something else. So some people are feeling like without Babu in this sitting, everything is not right. Others feel like Ruto should not have a say in ODM. Others feel like the death of Baba should not be used as a platform for confusion and disorganization. All right? Yeah. What has to happen is that the members of ODM have to focus, and they really have to go in or going forth strong. Is that happening? Maybe you can drop a comment and let me know. And I don't know whether these people come back to check on the comment sections after they've had such a press release and hear what people are talking about, okay? But when I see what Sifuna said some month ago and what he has just said, it is quite something that is different, as if he's under some pressure to release some statements here just for the matter of it. You know, you listen to what he said today, there's no major discussion here that is comparable to what he said earlier. Okay? I'm just thinking of getting that video right here. Let me try and see. We are 38 minutes down the line. We may just take 40 minutes to cover our video. All right.
Somebody they can support.
Hello.
Seriously? Uliniambia plot iko ready.
Iko ready in this quarter to
all its obligations and will rise stronger from this adversity. This being the first and to the people of Kenya. The party appeals to all members and all Kenyans to now focus on celebrating the gift of his forward, and that we do it in a dignified manner as his leadership, legacy, and sacrifice to the country deserve. That we will participate in all activities organized in his honor.
Now, I didn't understand even what Oburu Odinga was saying right there, but it is what it is. Let me look at the comment section to see as Sifuna stamps authority in the party. Somebody said, when Sifuna spoke, Baba Spirit has spoken. Somebody else said, nani amesikia until 2027, weka like. Mwingine, somebody said, long live the SG, long live ODM, and respect to Baba. Another one said, don't joke with ODM, a party that has been in existence for 20 years. Raila has fought so hard for the party to be where it is. Let's not spoil Raila's legacy. Hey, hey. Okay, another one, when Sifuna speaks, Baba has spoken. Another one, when we see ODM team, we see Baba and Sifuna and Babu, we are ready to support. Another one is like, pwahaha, wanga, sasa ukitaka kwenda UDA, beba ngodha zako, ukwenda kabisa. Another one is like, the unity and transparency in you shall make this country move forward according to the wishes of the late Honorable Raila Odinga. And another one is, if ODM will support Ruto, it will break into two. Another one is like, they should make sure Sifuna and Babu remain in ODM or else it will be a shell. Nitaenda anywhere Sifuna will take me. The other one is like, kama hamjui, Baba's demise has united us more than ever. Another one is like, Sifuna, usitoke ODM, baki hapo, unyoroshe chama. Another one is like, I'm addicted to this channel, may love continue and the journey to Canaan. Another one is like, it is well said, now walk the talk. Of course, I would actually say that these people should walk the talk. If they really want to be a party as ODM, there is no way ODM will exist if they hold on to UDA. Yeah, broad-based government has its role. But for ODM to actually come out strong even in 2027, they actually should begin to align themselves and commit to the ideologies they are talking about. That unity of mind, seeking justice, democracy, and what they have shared here. All right? So let's hope for the best. But somebody said here, of course, Uhuru Kenyatta said somewhere that broad-based government should not be forced to people. And I just want us to look at it as we end this video.
Uhuru Kenyatta remains in Bondo, and what do you think were the conversations he had with Oburu Odinga?
Something I would want to understand.
He tells Oburu Odinga, you people follow broad-based government at your own peril. Raila Amolo Odinga unfortunately died having not made up with Gen Zs. Gen Zs had not forgiven him.
Yeah.
They had not understood him, and he had not understood them. They were reading from two different scripts. And I was wishing and hoping for the day when those two people would reach out and forgive one another, when the Gen Zs would forgive him, and when he would forgive the Gen Zs, and when they would reconcile. That had not happened. So, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta in Bondo is telling Oburu Odinga, my friend, you are not in the right space. Did you listen to the crowd? Did you hear what they were saying? Can you read the mood here? Don't force broad-based on these people. Let us support Kalonzo Musyoka. That is Uhuru's message.
That is what you read from this?
Yes. Because in Jubilee, Matiang'i, of course, is a Moho Kenyatta candidate.
Okay. Now, before I go to Jubilee, what do you think this meeting between Oburu, Aida, and Uhuru, now the one after the burial, what will that have politically, the impact, even for the government?
It's very simple. Uhuru is telling them, I loved your brother, and I genuinely supported him. I came out openly, and I told Kenyans to vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. That's what he's telling the Oburu family. He's telling them he was my presidential candidate. And long after they did not win the elections, Uhuru continued to be in Azimio. In fact, he used to say his leader is Raila Amolo Odinga. So Uhuru is telling the family, mine was not pretense, it was genuine. Mine was not convenience, I meant it. I wanted Raila to be president, and I did everything I could have done to make him president. The fact that Wananchi did not at that point in time accept to follow Uhuru does not mean he was wrong. It just means that Wananchi did not see what Raila had seen. Watu wa Geshogo, hi, how are you? Do you know where Mother Karua would have been? Story for another day. So now the people of Gesho were also asking themselves very hard questions. This would have been Mother Karua presidency.
Yeah.
Literally, Mother Karua would be president today.
Oh, that is
Sifuna
it.
has worked with Raila for many years. He knows things that a high office. This was unexpected. His absence made people wonder, was it just a normal decision? Or did he know something that made him stay away? Some believe he wanted to avoid being linked to the drama around Raila's death. Others think he did not agree with how the story was being handled. In Kenyan politics, silence and absence often mean more than words. Gachagua's actions raised even more questions. Number 3. ODM's silent strategy. After Sifuna's interview, ODM leaders went completely silent. They stopped commenting on what Sifuna said. No one confirmed or denied his statement. It is possible that they all agreed to stay quiet for now. Maybe they are trying to keep the country calm and avoid political fights. Kenya has a history of unrest.
Alright guys, so let's come to an end of this video. Till tomorrow, see you again. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.
Let's go this way. Uko tayari?